Welcome back, Milford community, and welcome to MPS Talks. You're going to hear a lot about ASCD on Twitter and in Milford Public Schools, and ASCD stands for the Association for Supervision in Curriculum Development. ASCD is dedicated to excellence in learning, teaching, and leading so that every child is healthy, safe, engaged, supported, and challenged. ASCD is comprised of over 115,000 members, including superintendents, principals, teachers, and advocates from over 100 countries. The ASCD community also includes 51 affiliate organizations. Wow. And we bring this up because the 2018 conference is going to be held right here in Massachusetts, in Boston, in March. And I know it's months away, but I was honored to be asked to speak as part of the learning tables on Saturday and Sunday of this event, and taking the time to prepare for me is critical. So I'll be talking about school culture and the impact that it has on the job satisfaction of teachers. And if you've heard that before, that's my topic that I wrote about in my dissertation while I was attending Boston College. And I'm excited to share the thoughts and findings of that study. However, in my current reading and in a lot of leadership conversations I've had, I hear and I've read leaders using the word culture and the word climate as the same thing as it relates to schools, of course. Although these two terms have very similar characteristics, they express two separate concepts. Maybe it's just a pet peeve of mine, I get that, but after spending 2 years researching school culture, I wanted to talk about the importance in clarifying for any aspiring leaders or even sitting school leaders the difference with school culture and school climate. So think about this. If a teacher brings in cupcakes on a Monday and puts them in the conference room with a little note, and it says, "Have a great start to your week." Everyone is happy. I know I would be. And it's a great way to start your week with a treat, and it's a great Monday. Well, what if she does it the next Monday? This is a good example of how to have a good school climate. This act can turn a bad day into a good day, or it can make coming back from the weekend a little bit easier. That's the basis of school climate, creating a mood, hopefully a positive mood. However, it can change quickly, just like the weather. Think about it. What if that teacher doesn't bring cupcakes the third Monday? What do teachers say? "Why didn't she bring in cupcakes?" Or, "Oh, I was really hoping for a treat today. I hate Mondays." You can see the climate changing. Culture would be, let's say, an email going out after the first Monday that the cupcake showed up, and it said something like, "Thank you, Miss Teacher, for the treats. Next week, I'm up for bringing treats. Who's next?" And that email is sent. Yes, this is a simplistic way to look at culture and climate, but culture is something that is built and then carried on, not quickly changing. In my research, I would sum up school climate as the collective mood or morale of a group of people. Climate describes shared perceptions of people in a group or an organization, while culture includes how people feel about the organization or school and the beliefs, the values, the assumptions that provide the identity and the standards of behavior for that school. My research findings had a direct connection to a positive school culture infusing positive motivation and in turn higher job satisfaction and increased instruction. Unfortunately, some leaders do not research the most effective strategies for creating positive school culture. They are actually trying to create a climate by relying on extrinsic rewards, such as, I don't know, preferred recess duty or a free lunch. Like, think about the cupcake example. Bringing cupcakes after a weekend may help a few teachers come back on Monday, but this will not affect the culture of the building long term. Think about climate as how you're feeling around here in a school, versus culture is the way we do things. Yes, it's a very small difference. I do understand that. But climate is more of the mood or attitude of the group, where I see culture as the personality of all staff members in a school. both climate and culture do impact behaviors of the staff in the school, but climate is a narrow concept than culture. Culture is deeper to include the immediate environment and what people believe and value. Culture is the product of the relationship history in a school-wide, while climate is a function of how the current staff is, and maybe the perceived relationship in the current, the right now. Again, I feel a positive climate is very important, and it's actually the main leverage point for any culture, which means that if a school leader wants to shape a culture, they should start with the assessment of the current climate. If the culture is ineffective, there are probably climate issues that were missed along the steps, and that they are rooted in that culture. So a school staff develop a common culture in order to pass on information to the next wave of teachers that are coming into the school. In schools, new teachers arrive almost every year with their own ideas and their own ways of teaching. Through their college classes and practicum, teachers and new teachers have been immersed in theories of best practice and current methodologies. If the culture of their first job does not embrace those new ideas, the new teacher will soon learn that they'll have to fit in the old way and need to conform. Because new teachers do want to fit in. And to feel like an experienced teacher, they'll do that. They are very vulnerable to the school culture and all the unwritten rules that may have been passed on through the years of this culture. And an organization's culture dictates its collective personality. So that's why I always am stressing the positive culture. So this is all well and good, but how can we move towards assisting current and aspiring leaders to look at their own school's culture? So let me think of a way to explain it. Ask yourself this: what are the foundations of your school climate and culture? A few questions I recommend to assist in your reflection are: 1, is there collaborative relationships between faculty members? The second one is, do I see positive teacher-student interaction? Also think about, is there a collaborative relationship between the school leader and the faculty? That is critical. And of course, is there collaborative relationships between faculty members? And do the goals of our school focus on learning and high expectation for student achievement? And we can't forget about the students. Ask yourself, are students feeling safe, connected, and engaged? And of course, as we talk about that, do we have policies that promote social, emotional, ethical, and intellectual skills for both our staff and our students? And are there clear, appropriate, and consistent expectations and consequences if there is a disruption in those student behaviors? And we can't forget about our family members. Does our school have a high level of family engagement and involvement? Is there a positive school culture and climate? That should be the basis for sustaining learning. Conversely, you hear a lot about a toxic culture. Well, in a toxic school culture or climate, learning by all will not be taking place effectively. And what is learned may be negative or harmful to the environment. When a school is a positive place to be, people are happy to be there, and they do their best, and they make the school the best place it can be. And this is not exclusively on the shoulders of the building leader to support and start this. And to have this collaborative culture, the school culture has to embrace this. That's why I talk about personalities, and it's a shared ownership of all the stakeholders in this process. So according to Marzano, teachers and school leaders must work together to build the norms related to the work in the school environment. The school culture is part of this as well and aligns with professionalism and collegiality. It is critical that all school staff must trust and act to achieve this positive outcome for our students and to support each other to sustain a collaborative culture. We don't want to just start it without sustaining it. And we want to achieve those goals as well. So as we move forward, I'm going to leave you with a challenge. So here's your challenge. Imagine you're in an elevator and in walks a parent looking at houses in your school district, whatever district that may be. And this elevator ride may take many floors, so you have at least 60 seconds. That parent turns to you and says, I understand that you're the principal in this district. Tell me what you are proud of with the school culture. The elevator door closes, and it's your turn to speak. What are you going to say to this parent? Remember, you only have 60 seconds. So go. This is your elevator speech. If you need help, remember some of the questions that we talk about, and you can think about what is it that you're doing to help students and staff feel that this is a positive school culture and place that they look forward to coming to every day, or think about what is it that we're doing that is discouraging students that creates a negative climate. So these are just some of the ideas. So to learn more about ASCD, where I started at the beginning, ASCD Empower 18 in Boston, you can visit empower.ascd.org. There's a lot of great sessions going on for this event. I mean, listen to some of the speakers. Dr. Jill Biden is speaking. Manny Scott is speaking. And General Colin Powell is speaking. Wow, those are the 3 keynote speakers. And we have many, many Milford educators and leaders attending this event. And this event will be full of learning and collaborating. I cannot wait. So thank you for tuning in. And as always, you can follow me at Milford_Tech. And have a great day, everybody.